Tonight on the news, Gombe Governor commissions integrated market, expand infrastructure and education in Dukku. Governor Inwaya launched 2026 statewide palliative for 70,000 vulnerable residents. Clerics urge Muslims to shun distraction, maximize Ramadan reward. Welcome to 25 News. I am Saleh Sarki. Governor Muhammad Inwaya of Gombe State has commissioned a modern integrated market complex in the local government area as part of effort to boost commercial activities and strengthening the local economy. The facility, which houses a motor park, cattle market and grains market, is named after the governor. It is expected to support farmers, traders and livestock dealers in Dukku and neighboring communities. Correspondent Shaibu Umar has the details of the story.
The integrated market is equipped with supporting infrastructure, including warehouses and a livestock loading bay, designed to enhance business operations and improve trade efficiency. Governor Muhammad Inwaya also commissioned a non-formal learning center, popularly known as a modern Sangaya school, in Dukku. The center is aimed at expanding access to education for Almajiri children by combining formal and Quranic education with vocational skills training. During his visit, the governor inspected ongoing road projects, including the 32-kilometer Dukku-Zangi Road, which is expected to be completed within the next 3 months, as well as the Gombe-Abba to Kirfi Road, funded by the Northeast Development Commission. At the various project sites, Governor Muhammad Inwaya assured residents that his administration will continue to prioritize infrastructure that support agriculture, commerce, and connectivity to drive socio-economic growth. The governor also laid the foundation stone for the Dukku North LCDA Secretariat in Malala. He noted that the creation and development of local council development areas will strengthen governance structures and accelerate development at the grassroots.
Waɗannan duka muna yi ne domin al'umma su kasance gwamnati, kuma na tabbatar wannan ya faru ne saboda wasu wurare, musamman shi shugaban kasa na yanzu tun zamanin mulkin Obasanjo shi yana gwamna yayi irin wannan gundumomi wanda tafi suka kawo ci gaba a wuraren su.
In his remarks, the chairman of the local government, Adamu Muhammad Waziri, commended the governor's leadership, describing the project as timely and transformative interventions that will improve the livelihoods of the people. Similarly, the Director General of Gombe State Joint Project Development Agency, Builder Mahmoud Yusuf, said the project aligned with the administration's vision of creating functional administrative and economic hubs for sustainable development. On his part, the Emir of Dukku, His Royal Highness Alhaji Haruna Abdul Qadir Rashid II, expressed appreciation to the state government for its continued support to the Emirate for the execution of people-oriented projects. Shaibu Umar, GMC News.
Similarly, Governor Muhammad Inwaya said his administration has fulfilled its campaign promises and delivered additional projects beyond its original pledges. He was speaking during the laying foundation stone for the Kwame West Local Council Development Area LCDA Secretariat in Bojude. Halulu Mohammed Tali.
The governor thanked residents of Kwame West for what he described as their unwavering support for his administration, saying the creation of the LCDA was designed to bring governance closer to the grassroots and improve service delivery. The governor highlighted his administration's achievement in infrastructure, particularly road construction, linking several communities.
kun wannan yanzu nan daga mararaban tafi ta tafi har ta inda ita kullum ta abuja kullum ta tafi har garuruwa ne ba iyaka kusan ta 46 Allah ba mu iko aji shi daga nan zuwa da kilomita kusan 10 an gama ko ba an gama mu ne a asibitoci mun yi aiki a makarantu mun kyautata tsaro ba wani abun da ya kamata a cikin gwamnati kuma in ta kwamin gaba yanzu hanya ta tashi daga mararabar kwami ta shiga daniya an ɗauke ta daga daniya ta tafi har da ban fulani daga dukulma ta tafi gafara ko
Commenting on the development, the chairman of Kwame local government, Dr. Ahmed Wali Duhu, described the creation of the LCDA as a historic milestone. Providing an update on the Secretariat project, the Director General of the Joint Project said construction work is progressing steadily and is expected to be completed by the end of April. The governor also commissioned a mega non-formal learning center in Bojude, established in response to growing demand of alternative education in the community. He explained that the center will combine Quranic education with vocational and practical skills training to equip learners with both religious knowledge and employable skills. For GMC News, Halil Muhammad Teli reporting.
Governor Muhammadu Inwayahya has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to implementing policies and aimed at improving the welfare of citizens. Speaking at the launch of the 2026 statewide Ramadan palliative distribution program at the State Warehouse Fertilizer Blending Plant Gidantaki along Bajoga Road, Governor directed that the exercise must be completed before the end of the week. The governor said the initiative is part of his administration commitment to supporting vulnerable residents, particularly during the holy month of Ramadan, where the cost of food items often rises. According to him, about 70,000 beneficiaries had been carefully selected for the scheme, with priority given to persons with disabilities and other vulnerable groups. The governor also constituted various committees to ensure a HP distribution process, urging members to carry out their responsibilities with honesty and transparency. The Commissioner for Local Government Affairs, Alhaji Abdulkadir Waziri, who also served as the State Chairman of the Distribution Committee, said the gesture was designed to provide relief to the less privileged and assured that the committees will ensure fairness and transparency in the distribution process. Also speaking on behalf of other local government chairmen, the local government chairman, Barrister Sani Amadou Haruna, said authorities at the local level will take necessary steps to ensure that the food items reach the intended beneficiaries. Items distributed include bags of rice, sugar, and cartons of spaghetti. Gombe State House of Assembly passes 2026 budget estimate for the 11 local government councils of the state. Similarly, the House also received 2 amendment bills with regard to the forthcoming local government elections in the state. The development follows House sitting today. Our correspondent, Yakubu Ajia, has more on this report.
Presenting the report of the Committee on Appropriation on the floor of the House, the Chairman House Committee, Alhaji Ali Baba Manu, said during the budget defense exercise, the committee considered some adjustments that are necessary and were not captured in the budget. As such, the changes made rises on the current and capital expenditures to capture elections, logistics, employment programs, and e-learning projects across the 11 local government councils of the state.
And we have other places like WASH program, which is now a program for reward program project, which if you expend any amount under that particular budget line, the amount will be reimbursed back into the local government, 100% of it at the end of the fiscal year. So that was why we feel it's an opportunity for us to just take advantage of it and make monetary provision. So those are basically the increase that was made.
Ali Baba Manu, also the Wakili Yamman Gombe, said as one of the mechanisms for delivering the dividend of democracy to all nooks and crannies of the state, the administration focused on improving the living standard of populace in both urban and rural areas through various programs and projects that have direct bearings on the lives of the citizens.
It's contained under Section 121, subsection 1 of the Constitution as amended, 1999 Constitution as amended, that all monies accrued to the state has to be appropriated for before any other expenditure. And this is in my own position as the chairman House Committee on Appropriations since last administration to this administration. This is the seventh time this is happening.
In a related development, the Gombe State House of Assembly has received 2 amendment bills in regard to the local government election and the local government development areas in Gombe State, namely the Gombe State Independent Electoral Amendment Bill 2025 and the Gombe State Local Government Development Areas Amendment 2025. The 2 bills were presented on the floor of the House during the House plenary by the Deputy Clerk Barrister Hawa Abdullahi through the Majority Leader Yarima Ladan Gauli. In their comments, Musa Buba, Saddam Bello, and Adamu Salipata of Balanga North, Yamal to East, and Funakai North described the 2 bills as timely, adding that the bills are part of the effort of the state governor to improve the living conditions of people of the state.
Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The 2 bills, which passes second readings, were submitted to the Committee on Social Duties and that of the local government for scrutiny and to be reported back in 2 weeks' time. The House adjourned sitting to 10th of March 2026. From the Gombe State House of Assembly, Yakubina Aji El Gadami, reporting for GMC News.
Governor State Bala Abdulkadir Muhammad has called on citizens to remain courageous and resilient in the face of hardship and security challenges. In a press statement from Akko Local Government Information Officer Ilyasu Jibrin indicated that the governor made the call during a visit to Kashire in Gombe State, where he assessed the condition of internally displaced persons displaced by recent bandit attack in Arkaleri local government area. Addressing the affected communities, Governor Bala Mohammed described the situation as unfortunate and urged residents to remain united and vigilant. He sympathized with victims displaced from Guana, Yellow, Digari and Mansour district and called for prayers for lasting peace and stability. The governor also appealed to the federal government for urgent intervention, noting that the attack were carried out by well-armed bandits, some of whom he alleged are recruiting locals and outsiders, including former illegal miners. Governor Bala Mohammed expressed appreciation to the governor of Gombe State, Muhammadu Inuwa Yahya, for providing refuge and humanitarian support to the displaced persons. He announced a donation of 50 million naira along with food items and other relief materials to support the victims. In a message delivered on behalf of Governor Inuwa Yahya, the chairman of Akko Local Government, Alhaji Muhammad Dalladi Adamu, assured continued support for the displaced persons and emphasized the long-standing relationship between the 2 states. He called on residents of Kashiri to continue accommodating the displaced persons with compassion, while assuring that security agencies have been directed to strengthening surveillance and maintain peace in the area. Meanwhile, the Emir of Pindigal, Siraji Ahmad Muhammad, commended both state governments for their support and urged residents to promote unity and peaceful coexistence. Also speaking, the chairman of Alkaleri local government, Alhaji Garba Hassan Bajama, appreciated the Bauchi state government for its swift intervention, while security stakeholders highlighted ongoing effort to restore peace in the affected communities. Traditional rulers in Gombe State have described the grievance redress mechanism workshop organized by Akrisal as timely and impactful. Speaking on behalf of participants, the representative of the senior district head of Gombe, Alhaji Samani Bappa, alongside the district head of Muteke in Duku Emirate, Alhaji Abubakar Abdulkadir Rashid, said the training has opened their eyes to modern approach in handling community grievances. They noted that the workshop comes at a critical time when the agency is executing various projects across the state, stressing the need for effective community engagement and conflict resolution. The traditional leaders added that the knowledge gain will enhance their roles as custodian of their community, particularly in addressing complaints and resolving disputes that may arise during project implementation. In a related development, the representative of Jamaatul Nasrul Islam, Alhaji Saleh Dambram, commended the initiative, noting that it is aligned with Islamic principles and justice, fairness, and peaceful coexistence. He assured that the lesson learned will be shared with others to promote broader community benefit. Former Minister of Communication Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantani has distributed food items to residents of Gombe State as part of a Ramadan relief initiative aimed at supporting low-income families. The distribution took place at the Professor residence in Gombe. Speaking through the representative Abubakar Ahmad Walama, the Sarkin Malaman Gombe, Professor Pantani said the intervention was designed to cushion the effect of economic hardship on vulnerable households and enable beneficiaries of the Holy month of Ramadan with dignity and peace of mind. He explained that the program was structured to reach various segments of society across the state, ensuring wider impact and inclusiveness. Items distributed include rice, millet, maize, semovita, sugar. Professor also urged beneficiaries to extend support to others who may not have received assistance in order to promote unity and compassion within the community. In a separate remarks, leaders of Pantani Support Group in Akko and Nafoda local government area, Muhammad Chigari and Aliu Alhaji Ahmad, commended the gesture. They described the initiative as timely, noting that it will greatly aid the observance of Ramadan and offer prayers for the professor to continue success in humanitarian services. Muslims have been urged to avoid distraction that could deprive them of spiritual rewards in the holy month of Ramadan. The call was made by the Imam of ADP, the mosques, and Abu Bakr Sadiq Tumpore mosques during their Friday sermons. Sheikh Abdullahi Shelen and Malam Tukur Mayadi emphasized the need for humility, devotion, and increased recitation of Holy Quran alongside act of worship throughout the fasting period. The clerics also cautioned against excessive use of social media, noting that some fasting Muslims spend valuable time watching films on their mobile phone instead of engaging in meaningful religious activities. They further reminded the faithful that Ramadan is a period of seeking forgiveness, praising Almighty Allah, and showing kindness to the less privileged. The Imams also offered prayers for a successful Ramadan and for peaceful coexistence in the state and the country in general. Meanwhile, the Chief Imam of Foro Bridge Central Mosque, located along Southern Bypass in Akko local government area, Malam Saleh Ismail, has called on Muslims parents to pay closer attention to the moral upbringing of children. Delivering his Friday sermon at the mosque, Malam Saleh Ismail stressed the proper upbringing remains the bedrock of peaceful and progress society. He noted that parents have a critical role to play in shaping the character and the future of their children through consistent guidance and deep sealing. The Chief Imam urged parents to instill sound moral values and ensure that their children grow up with a strong sense of responsibility and respect for societal norms. He also advised Muslims to carry out all their actions with sincerity for the sake of Allah and to remain steadfast in prayers. According to the cleric, good intention and regular supplication are essential for attaining success in this world and the hereafter. Muslims have once again been urged to intensify their worship of Allah during the sacred month of Ramadan. The Chief Imam of Mosque Idrisa Malam Zakaria Muhammad Bello gave the advice while delivering Jum'at sermon. He described Ramadan as a period filled with immense blessing, calling on the faithful to make the most of its spiritual opportunities. He cautioned against engaging in idle discussion on worldly matters, noting that such initiative or activities distract from acts of worship that bring lasting reward. The Islamic scholar encouraged Muslims to maximize the remaining days of Ramadan through prayers, devotion, and good deeds in order to attain abundant blessing from Allah. Malam Zakaria Bello also prayed for sustained peaceful coexistence in Gombe State and for an end to security affecting part of the country. The President General of the State Igbo Community Welfare Association, Barrister Habo Nwoye, has commended the APC-led administration in Gombe State under the leadership of Governor Muhammadu Inwa for its inclusive leadership style and commitment to equal political opportunities. Nwoye gave the commendation during an interview while reacting to the recent election of an Anambra State indigene, Mr. Eddie Chukwu Jieku, as Assistant Secretary of Bolari East Ward of the All Progressive Congress in Gombe State. He described the development as a significant milestone in the state political landscape and a clear indication of growing inclusivity within the system. The President General also appreciated the appointment of two prominent Igbo indigenes, Prince Chidebelu Ewezi Chimak and Mrs. Eupemia Obio Keke, as special assistant to the governor, describing the gesture as a strong commitment to unity and inter-ethnic harmony.
Indigenous appreciation to the government of the day in Gombe State. It became possible because of the combined effect of all these three categories of persons I mentioned. A very big honor done to the Igbo race by the government and people of Gombe State.
Barrister Nwoye further called for peaceful coexistence and greater mutual understanding among residents of the state. He noted that as Muslims observe Ramadan and Christians mark the lengthened season, the period offers opportunity for reflection and spiritual renewal. He urged citizens to shun social vices and embrace values that promote peace and collective development.
Mighty Allah will listen to all their prayers and answer their prayers, their supplications within this fasting period. Also, Christians, this is a period of Lent. It calls for sober reflection on the part of all and sundry, so that we look at what is going on in the society. The society will be better off if everybody behaves according to the codes.
On behalf of the Igbo community in Gombe State, Barrister Herbert Nwoye wished Muslim and Christian peaceful and spiritual fulfilling fasting period. The Eco-Women Fellowship Conference of Gombe West District Church Council has continued to witness a massive turnout of participants at this year's gathering taking place at Ekwa Good News Jar Gombe. Addressing journalists during the 2026 conference, the Women Fellowship leader of Gombe West DCC, Mrs. Howard John, encouraged us to embrace digitalization in order not to be left behind in the modern world. She identified social media platforms such as WhatsApp, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram as past effective means of communication, urging members to create online groups to stay connected. However, she cautioned them to use social media wisely and responsibly. Speaking on the theme of this year's conference, how to relate well with in-laws and the larger society, Mrs. John stressed the need for mutual respect among women, regardless of age, status, ideology, gender, or relationship ties, as a foundation for building peaceful Christian homes. Earlier, the guest preacher, Dr. Hanatu Tauro, who spoke on the topic, how to relate well with in-laws in Christian homes, emphasized that peaceful and spiritually sound home can only be achieved through mutual respect and understanding between couple and their extended families. He urged participants to put into practice the lessons learned during the conference in order to become better wives and role models. Also speaking, the Chief Education Officer of Gombe West GCC, Reverend Beatrice Peter, commended participants from various local churches, councils for their cooperation and orderly conduct throughout the conference. He appealed for continued support toward the completion of Gombe West GCC building project to strengthen the Yan district. Highlight of the conference includes some competition among the local churches council, offering in support of leaders and teaching session anchored by Dr. Hannatu S. Tado. With this news, we come to the end of the program. Before I go, the recap of the major stories. You heard that Governor Muhammadu Inwaya has commissioned a modern integrated market complex in the local government area to boost commerce and support farmers, traders, and livestock dealers. The facility includes water park, cattle, grains market, warehouses, and livestock loading bay. Inwaya has reaffirmed his administration commitment to improving welfare of citizens with launch of the 2026 statewide Ramadan palliative distribution program in Gombe. We also both speaking at the State Warehouse Fertilizer Blending Plan Gidantaki along Bajogorot. The governor directed that the distribution exercise be completed before the end of the week. Finally, the call was made by Chief Imam of ADP quarters, Abubakar Sadiq, to promote during the Friday sermon. Sheikh Abdullah Shilen and Malam Tukul Mayadi stressed the importance of humility, devotion, increased recitation of the Holy Quran, and consistent act of worship in this Ramadan period. That concludes our package tonight, and stay tuned for the house of Bashan in just a moment. For me, thank you for watching, and good night.